Hey everyone, it's Rob from Vanguard Realty Alliance. I'm going to show you the steps to buying your first home in Pennsylvania. For the purposes of this video, we're going to use this flow chart. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the first two steps, which are contact a mortgage broker and contact a realtor. Now these could be interchangeable, really. Sometimes you'll contact a realtor first, and sometimes you'll contact a mortgage broker first. However, it is important that you get pre-approved early in the process. And that is because that way you know what your payment's going to be based on your price point, and you know how much down payment you're going to need. This is important because you don't want to be searching for houses and then realize, well, I could have got a nicer house, or I can't afford the houses that I'm looking at. Alright, so you're talking with your realtor, you're pre-approved, and your realtor is going to work with you to figure out what you want in a house, where you want to live, etc. May set up a search for you. And then you're going to go about the process of finding a home. A quick answer to a question a lot of people have is, who pays the realtor? And the answer is the seller is going to pay the buyer's side realtor's commission. So you don't have to worry about that in most cases. There are some exceptions, but anyway, reach out to me and I can explain that to you. So the next step is finding a home. You may see homes online or in your realtor's search that they're sending you, and you go and visit those homes, decide if that's the home for you. And in today's market, it's a bit competitive because there's a low inventory relatively, there's a lot of competition. So you need to work with a realtor, I think, that is aggressive. Alright, so let's go on to the next step. Let's say you find a house you want, now you gotta make an offer. So you're ready to make an offer. The next step is to prepare that offer with your realtor. There's going to be a number of documents that you're going to fill out. Your realtor is going to walk you through that. You're going to decide on the price, the contingencies that you want, like inspection, that kind of thing. And again, your realtor will really help you with that. Okay, so you make the offer, and then your realtor's typically going to email that over to the other agent on the sell side. All right, so it's time to make a deal. This is where the talents of your real estate agent can really come into play in terms of their ability to help you get this deal done. So you're going to come together with the selling agent, come together on terms, come together on price, all that good stuff. There may be some counters back and forth. That's a whole process in of itself, but the goal is getting that thing accepted. So you get your deal accepted under the terms that you feel comfortable with, and you move on to the next step. So the next step is typically dropping off a deposit check, which is fulfilling the first step of your contract. You typically have 5 days, unless otherwise specified, to get that check to them, and it's typically 1% to 2% of the purchase price of the home. For example, in a $400,000 home, it's typically $4,000 to $8,000, something in that range, but it can vary obviously. The deposit check is in. Now you're going to do your inspections, and the mortgage company is also going to begin their paperwork. So the inspection you got to get done within 10 days typically, again, unless otherwise specified, and you're going to hire typically a professional inspector. This is going to come out of the buyer's pocket typically. So this will usually be in the neighborhood of around $300 to $500 ballpark in cost. So the inspector and the typical inspections that we see are radon, termite, and general homeowners inspection. These inspections are important to the buyer because they show the buyer if there's any issues with the house. And if there are issues with the house, we move on to the next step, which is negotiating the inspection. Alright, you've gone through inspection, you got your report back, and you see a bunch of things that you want corrected. This is where you prepare a reply to inspection, and you're going to submit this to the sell side and ask for either things to be fixed, things not to be fixed, or maybe some money to fix said things. The seller may agree, may not agree, so you have to negotiate and come to an agreement. It is possible that the deal could fall apart at this point if the sides can't come to an agreement, so it's important that that happens. There may also be a second deposit that's deposited after you guys come to an agreement in some cases. Next, they're going to begin processing your loan, and they're going to order an appraisal. An appraiser makes sure that the house value that you're paying matches up with what the bank believes it's worth. That way their asset is protected. This can have its own issues, but again, further explanation can be provided if you contact me. Okay, so next we're going to order title, and they're also going to begin the underwriting process. for the loan. So title is an important thing to understand. So title, it's like the title to your car. It means you own your car, right? So when they transfer the title from the seller to the buyer, there's a thing called title insurance, which ensures that the title is transferred free and clear. So the title agent is going to do some research on that, and he's going to give a title commitment at a later date. So we need to start that, and he's an important part of the process, as you'll see later. So next you're going to get your loan commitment and your title commitment, and that means that you're going to get the bank to give you a loan, and it means that you're going to be able to transfer title free and clear and have title insurance. So those are two important steps. All right, now they're going to send the final docs to the underwriter, and you have to purchase homeowners insurance. And homeowners insurance is insurance that's going to protect the home in the event of a fire or whatever else. And the bank's going to want you to have that so that their asset is protected. Good news, we're getting towards the end of the process here. It's time to do the final walkthrough. I'll take my clients and we'll walk through the house and make sure that the repairs are done correctly, the sellers moved out their stuff, they didn't take anything they weren't supposed to, and the house is in the proper condition that it's supposed to be in. Now your mortgage broker is going to tell you what settlement funds you're going to need, and you're going to prepare your cashier's checks, get your IDs in order, and you're going to bring those things to closing. It's closing time. You're typically going to go to the title agent's office, possibly one of the realtor's offices, sit down and sign all the paperwork and officially have all the money transferred and the title transferred from the seller to the buyer. So it's a very exciting day, awesome day. It's time to celebrate and make sure you get those utilities transferred. Go! Congratulations, you made it. You have a house now. At least you've gone through the process in your mind, which is great because now when you go through the process in real life, you really understand it a lot better. Thanks a lot for taking the time to stick with me through this video. I hope it was really educational to you. And please reach out to me. I'm Rob Lawrence from Rob Lawrence Real Estate, part of the Vanguard Realty Alliance. I'm a realtor based out of Westchester, Pennsylvania. Thank you.